Welcome back, viewers. Today we will be testing the Bollinger Bands wide and narrow. But before we do, if you have not watched our first video and the videos after that, you need to go do that now. At the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. And as a team, we will all profit from it when we are done. You can find a link to the first video down below. You can also find a link to sign up for TradingView down below. If you use the link below, you will save a little bit of money. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Discord is a free group communication platform. On our Discord server, we are having great conversations about all things regarding trading. One of the biggest struggles on this channel is people who use other platforms like MT4 being able to follow along. Sometimes it can be hard to find the indicators we are using on other platforms. And so on our Discord server, I have created a channel for indicator creation. And on that channel, I pinned links to freelancers who can code indicators for MT or for TradingView. So if you don't want to create a TradingView account, you can hire a freelancer for a really small fee and have them code an indicator for the MT platform. Or if you are on TradingView and need an indicator created, something unique or an indicator for a system you have developed, you can also have them code PineScript. So use the link for either MT4 coding or use the link for PineScript. Lastly, I get a lot of people that are asking me for the entire list of all the winning indicators that we have tested to date. And whereas I am not a big proponent of gatekeeping information, I've put a lot of time and effort into creating the content on my YouTube channel. And so I don't think it is too much to ask for the viewers to go through and view the content that I've spent a lot of time creating. Now, if you are not interested in supporting our channel by going back and watching the content that I have created, then I have developed a solution for you. I've created a Patreon account. I will put a link to it down below in the description. If you sign up for Patreon and you sign up for the $9 a month account, I will send you the full list of tested and winning indicators to date. I will also send you an updated list of the indicators that we are testing at the end of each week. Now, of course, you have to stay subscribed to the $9 subscription, monthly subscription, to continue to receive the updated list of indicators. But that way it will provide me with the support that I need to continue to provide the free content that I am putting out for everybody to view. Now, if you just love the channel in general and want to support us, then there is also a lower, I think $3 Patreon subscription that you can sign up for that will also help support the channel and keep things going so that way I can continue to produce the content and the open information that we are creating here in this channel and in our Discord server. Again, if you have not signed up for our Discord, then you need to do that as well. It is a absolutely free platform where we have real-time ability to chat and have conversations about trading. And again, if you want to support the channel with Patreon, then you can find the link down below in the description. All right, as I said, today we will be testing the Bollinger Bands wide and narrow. But before we do, I wanted to put the indicator scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested 172 indicators. And out of those 172 indicators, 70 of them have been winners, which means that they have met or exceeded the 60% win-loss ratio threshold that we have set for them. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. But as we are working on building the best trading system possible, you could take any one of those 70 indicators and get out there and start potentially profitably trading the markets with them now. So go back and watch those videos, make a list of those indicators, and get out there and see what you can do with them. But stick with us here as we work on maximizing your trading profits. All right, so before we get into today's indicator, in the last couple of videos, I have mentioned that we are on the threshold of the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Now, the requirement to be entered in to win the giveaway is that you need to be subscribed to the channel. And the giveaway is $200. I will be picking 2 random subscribers and giving away $150 to one of you and $50 to the other one. YouTube makes it really difficult for me to see my subscribers though. I can see the number, but I can't really see the list and their usernames. And so additionally, you need to join our Discord server as well. So subscribe to the channel, join our Discord. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything. There's a link down below in the description. And what I will be doing is I will be picking 2 random people from the Discord server, and I will pick them on November 30th, and the video on December 1st will announce who those 2 random people are. I will announce those 2 random people, and then from there we will confirm that you are subscribed to the channel and meet all the requirements for the giveaway. Then at that point, you will officially be the winner. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you still have time. Subscribe to the channel and then join our Discord. And keep an eye out for the video on December 1st announcing who the winner will be. All right, now that we have that out of the way, let's get back to today's indicator. So it is the Bollinger Band wide and narrow. This is a continuation of the little mini series we've been doing on Bollinger Band indicators. TradingView has a massive amount of users who code indicators, and that is where we are pulling these particular indicators from, is from the user created indicators that are listed on TradingView. And because Bollinger Band is a popular indicator, there are tons of different variations of the Bollinger Band with all kinds of different calculations and different indicators and so on that are applied to it. We're actually getting pretty close to the end of the Bollinger Bands, actually. There's quite a few, but not, an infinite amount. Now, the Bollinger Band wide and narrow indicator. Basically what it is doing is it is reading when the bands are expanding and when the bands are contracting. Now that can be useful in a few different instances. It can give you an idea of when momentum is coming in to the price action. And so typically as the momentum increases in the price action, the bands will expand. And as the momentum is weakening, then you will start to see the bands contract. Now, you can see the Bollinger Band wide and narrow here on the bottom of the screen. I haven't really decided the best way to test this yet. I'm going to try one way just to see if it works. I know it kind of defies logic, but I feel like sometimes thinking outside the box with these indicators, using them in ways they weren't meant to be used, can sometimes reveal very good indicators or very good ways of trading the indicator. So the way we are going to test this indicator to kind of hold true to the one indicator type testing. I know we've kind of fudged it before, and I might do one more video on this one after it's said and done. We'll see once we get to the end and we see what kind of win-loss ratio we get out of it, then we'll decide from there. But the way I'm going to test it today is as it goes green, we are going to go long. That's going to be a long signal. As it goes red, that's going to be a short signal, and we will go short. We'll give that a try and see how it works. And then again, at the end, if it hasn't produced a reasonable win-loss ratio, then we can possibly attempt to try this in another way. Have to brainstorm it a little bit just to see how we can tweak this. But at the very least, we know, like I said, that this could be used as a momentum indicator, give us an idea of momentum in the market, or kind of volume, if you will, in the market. So with all that being said, let's get into the testing process here. I think I will go ahead and mark out a few areas of support and resistance, just so that way we have them on chart, kind of keep an eye on them as we are going through the testing here. Something like that. Might go ahead and throw one up there. There we go. So that's basically how you do support and resistance on chart as well. You basically just mapping out, you're starting from the highest, then the lowest, and then you are working your way up and down one kind of step at a time, paying attention to the peaks and valleys and areas where you have multiple touches or multiple peaks and valleys all kind of on the same plane, if you will. All right, so we got that mapped out. We know what we're doing with our indicator. Let's go ahead and get on with the testing, see what we can get out of this thing. All right, so we're onto a green there, just switched over. Let's increase the visibility here a little bit more. There we go. So it looks like it switched on this one right here. So let's see. Would be there to there. Definitely got us to our first win. Good take profit move. Let's go ahead and play it forward a little bit more here. Looks like we picked up a short over here on this side. Unfortunately, it looks like that one's not going to work out for us too well. Now we see that price action is pushed up. It's bounced off this area a couple times right up here. It's putting in these really long pin bars to the upside. This isn't a great push. A lot of the times you'll want to see a really consistent push in one direction or the other. And so this one kind of pushes and then has a strong pullback, pushes, then a strong pullback. I find that often those will lead to the move not having as much strength once it does officially make a move in a new direction. But it's definitely looking like it's setting up to go to the downside here. Kind of have this double top. Again, we have this area here at the top where it's bounced off a few times. Really long pin bars to the upside, just like it did here. Let's go ahead and play it out a little bit and see if it does actually pull down. It does. Yeah, a decent little amount. All right, let's see here. And so we get a long signal here. And that one definitely did not work out for us. And a short signal there. It's kind of just treading along. You can see that price action is really consolidating right here in this area. It's usually a sign that market makers are going to shove it in one direction or another. It's had a pretty good push down at this point. It's not really clear, but it looks like they might spike it to the upside. But sometimes they'll spike it in a direction and then immediately drop it back in the opposite direction, kind of pulling in traders to one side and then swinging them, stopping them out. Let's see what's going on with our indicator over here. That one would have gotten us stopped out. Actually, let me measure it to the downside. Let's see, we would have been here. We would have gotten take profit on that one. Go ahead and play it forward here. And so there you go. That's what I was talking about just a second ago. They spiked it up a little bit here. They widened it out of this area that they were consolidating it in, and then they drove it back down pretty quick, pulling in. This is a false breakout to the upside, and then pushing it down really strong. And we get a signal to the upside here. What was our stop? 135. Yeah, unfortunately, that one would have stopped us out there. Barely missed it though, right before that move to the upside. All right. And so we've had a pretty decent little push to the upside now. And you can see that our Bollinger Band kind of spiked, and it was kind of hard to see. Had this really big hump and is now starting to narrow in really quickly. That could be a sign that this trade right here, this move is starting to lose momentum. It's now rolling over and is possibly going to push its way back to the downside a little bit here. Let's see what it does. We get a short signal as well over here. Let's see right there. Looks like it barely missed the stop and got us to take profit. Let's see if it can go ahead and push its way down a little bit more. There we go. It came down and it hit this area of support here, and so it rolled over, boom, came down. We noticed that it was weakening over here on the Bollinger Band. We noticed that it was starting to roll over in price action, came down, hit this area, and now at this point it's starting to consolidate a little bit more. And so, and there it goes. It finally gave up the move. Let's see, we get a long signal over here on this side. And unfortunately, that would not have worked out for us very well. It's pushing down, pushing down. It's had a pretty strong move to the downside, and this is what you're looking for. You're looking for a pretty well established downward move. You don't want to have a lot of real strong long pullbacks in these moves. You want to have these small little minor pullbacks, people taking profit, relieving their positions a little bit, and then you get a weakening move. So you see here, came down, bounced in this area that it's come down and touched multiple times and bounced off of. And when it did, you notice that our Bollinger Band over here seemed to be losing momentum, started to narrow in really quickly, flipping to red. And as it did, it starts to spike its way back to the upside. Now we're running into this overhead resistance here, and so that might pose a little bit of an issue. But let's see if it can break up above it and take off a little bit. It's trying, and nope. There it goes. Finally starts to get some movement to the upside. Can it hold it? Not really sure. Let's see. Pay attention to our Bollinger Bands here. So we get this move over here. That would not have worked out in a short, and this one here would not have worked out as a long. And there, it finally pushed its way to the upside. I mean, over here we would have likely gotten to at least first take profit if we were using the normal take profit and stop loss. You could have set your stop. If you didn't want to follow the normal stop and take profit, you could have set your stop down here below this line right here, which would have been an area that, again, it had come down and bounced off of multiple times. Set it 30, 40 pips below that area. Give yourself some breathing room. Let it play out. But nonetheless, either way, we would have gotten a decent little trade out of it. Let's see, we flip to the downside over here, and almost immediately it spikes back up and takes off. And then we get a long signal. Let's spread this out a little bit more. Get a long signal over here. That does not work out. Then we finally get a short signal over here. That would have gotten us to take profit. Picked up a long signal. Let's see if it can get some momentum, and it did. At least enough to get us to first take profit. So another decent trade there. And now it's just spiking around doing this craziness. That one would have definitely stopped us out on that spike of that big candle right there. Big tail on that candle. And playing it forward, and we see that price action has been pushing downward for some time now. So it had this really strong push without a lot of pullback. Then it relieved a little bit of an upward movement, then a strong push to the downside, then a little bit of upward movement, and now you see that it's come down and double bottomed here a few times. Doesn't seem to be any real other areas recently that it's touched, but it's come down and double bottomed right here. Actually, kind of a triple bottom if you include these, and is now starting to push its way to the upside. Our band seems to be narrowing in a little bit here, but let's go ahead and play it forward. See if it can push to the upside. Not sure if it's ready yet. Nope. The more it sits and bounces off of an area like this, is the more uncertain the move to one direction or another becomes. You would think that since it was a strong push to the downside and it's bounced off this area multiple times, that is giving more confirmation that it's going to spike upwards. But it's been my experience that the more times it comes down and bounces and fails to move in that obvious direction, is the less likely it's going to have a clean move once it does start to move, either in that direction or in some cases it won't move in that direction at all. It'll just spike in the opposite direction. Those really weird things when you when it starts to just bounce up and down, up and down, up and down in the same area. Let's see here. Looks like we picked up a long right here for just a second, and then almost immediately it went short and then picked up a long back over here, which would have gotten us to take profit. And at this point, we are at the end of the year. All right, so let's see what we have here. Get rid of these support and resistance lines, and let's count them out here and see what we get. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So 17 trades all together, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 winners. So definitely not going to meet the 60% criteria. And so, as I suspected, I was fairly confident that this one wasn't going to work out very well using it in this fashion. Again, because what the Bollinger Band wide and narrow is doing is it is actually it's reading the momentum in the market. It's not really reading price action like like a moving average would or something along those lines. And so what we really need to do is we need to add something else to this first to trigger an entry, that trigger a move that has to happen first and then has to be confirmed by the momentum that is taking place in the Bollinger Band wide and narrow. And so again, I haven't quite decided exactly what to do, but maybe something like a moving average that would have to be in a certain position. So say we added in just an exponential moving average. Let's see, skimmed right past them. So an EMA, and put it on, say, a 30 period, something along those lines. And so at that point, then we would be able to get an idea, and what we're looking for would be only the green clouds, which are indicating that the bands are actually expanding. And as the bands are expanding, that means that there's confirmation behind the momentum in the move of one direction or another. And so the price action would have to be, say, price action below the Bollinger Band or below the EMA, is looking for a signal to the downside, and then we wait for confirmation from the Bollinger Band wide and narrow to give us a green cloud that indicates that momentum is behind that move, and then we would take the trade accordingly. And so that's a good example, and I think that's what I'll do in the next video is throw that up in that way and give it a test and see what we can get out of that one. It's already looking more promising than what we have on screen now. So, all right, the Bollinger Band wide and narrow is a no for now, yeah, we'll see what it can do in the next video, and we'll move on to that one.
If you have not already, like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so that way you are notified anytime I post a new video. As part of the team, it's important that you are seeing the new videos as they come out so you know what it is that we are discussing and what indicators we are testing, have tested, and have not tested. Also, like usual, there is a link below in the description to the Discord server. You can join us on Discord so that way we can further discuss the indicators and have discussions as we move forward building our trading system. And lastly, like usual, there is a link below to TradingView. If you like what you see whenever I use TradingView and you are interested in signing up for TradingView, if you use the link below and sign up for a paid account, you will save a little bit of money. So, all right, everybody, I will see you on the next video.